how to become a better conversationalist. The first step is to love other people. If you don't love people, it is very hard to become a good conversationalist, especially when you're talking to people you don't know, right? So just make sure to love people, and that will help you become better conversationalists naturally. The second step is to use your body language well. My basketball coach used to tell us how, hey, your words speak, but your body language screams. As in, what you do with your body language is more important than what you say with your words. See, a conversation, let's say one-on-one, is 50% you talking and 50% you listening. But I say it should be 100% you talking, because you should talk with your body language. Like, most communication is non-verbal. So while the other person is talking, you show with your body language that you're listening to them, but you're also communicating with your body language. For example, if they say something that you don't understand, like orange is pink, right? That doesn't make any sense. You can use your eyebrows and say, oh, what do you say? And that gives them a cue saying, oh, they must not understand what I'm saying. Or if they have something interesting, like they're telling a story, you can tilt your head, and it shows how you're interested in what they have to say. Or they say something surprising, like, yo, I just got an A in my test. You could raise your eyebrows and say, oh, wow, great job. Right? Just using your your nonverbal cues to communicate with other people. So I say conversation is 100% you talking, because listening is an active skill, which is the third thing we need to do to be better conversationalists. We have to be active listeners, and active listening involves your body language. As I stated before, conversation may be like 50% you talking and 50% the other person talking. So if you're only good at the talking and you're not good at listening, you're a bad conversationalist. And one reason why it's so important to be an active listener when conversating with someone is because people hate to be interrupted. See, when you interrupt someone else, it shows, hey, I don't care what you're saying, I just want to get my opinion out. It shows what you're saying is not really that important. And what happens oftentimes is when you're interrupted in your pride, you're like, okay, I'm going to interrupt you because I didn't get my thought out, right? So it just makes the conversation all bad if you interrupt people. So even if you don't care what they're saying, listen to what they're saying and then add your thought. Because when you listen to other people in their mind is like, okay, I owe you one. Now I have to listen to you because you listen to me. But if you interrupt them, they don't have that same mindset, right? So make sure you be an active listener. The fourth thing we need to do to be a better conversationalist is to ask open-ended questions. See, a lot of times people ask closed-ended questions, which is like a yes or no question. So like, hey, did you have a good day today? Yes, no, right? Then the conversation stops there. Then you have to ask another question in order to keep the conversation going. But if you ask an open-ended question, like, how was your day today? They can say anything they want, right? And that keeps the conversation going. One of the questions I love asking people, even people I don't know, especially people I don't know, is, what do you like to do in your free time? See, by asking that question, they talk about something they want to talk about, and that way the conversation can go anywhere, right? They can take it anywhere they want to, and it's something they want to talk about, because you don't really do what you don't want to do in your free time, right? So for example, someone can say, hey, I like to go fishing in my free time, and I can say, okay, this guy likes to fish. So I say, hey, what do you like to fish? That's another open-ended question. You see how the conversation keep going. He may say, hey, I like to fish in Florida. I say, oh, why do you like to fish in Florida? He tells me, oh, the water's good there or something. And you see the conversation keeps going because I got better at asking questions. I'm not asking closed-ended questions. So make sure you do that, and your conversations will get much better. Which brings me to my third point in becoming a better conversationalist, is to find common ground. Common ground is a sweet spot. You can do that, you're going to have a great conversation more than likely, because common ground is what you like to talk about, or what you're knowledgeable in, and what someone else likes to talk about, and what they're knowledgeable in. That way you guys have a lot of background information. It's something you guys like to talk about, and it just keeps the conversation going. Which is why you got to have all 4 steps before this. You got to love the person you're talking to. You have to make sure you have body language so you can listen to what they're saying. You got to be an active listener so you can understand, hey, what are you trying to say? What does this person like to talk about? And you got to ask open-ended questions so that you can find out what they like to talk about. And then once you get the common ground, the conversation is going to go so well. In fact, my dad told me the other day, I don't know why he told me this. He's like, Alston, what do you do when you talk to girls? I said, I don't know, you got to ask open-ended questions. He's like, yes, but what do you do? I'm like, I don't know. He said, you got to make sure to talk about what she wants to talk about. That's right. You got to make sure to find what the other person wants to talk about by asking open-ended questions. Then once you find that out, then you can find common ground. Or you can keep asking that and be a better listener, because people love talking. They love talking. And sometimes they just want someone to listen to them, right? So, but find common ground, be a good listener, ask open-ended questions, body language, make sure to love people, and I promise you, you'll be a good conversationalist if you just do these 5 things. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you watching.